Hi everyone, this is Srimati. Welcome to Expertise Immigration YouTube channel. So we all know that so many study permit applications are approved now, and so many students are going to travel for the May intake. So we have prepared a requirement checklist for the students who are flying to Canada to join in the May intake. So let's see what we are going to expect in this video. So in this video, we are planning to cover whether you are eligible to travel or not, and what are the preparations you have to do before the travel, while boarding the flight, and after you come to Canada, and when you are in the hotel stopover and in your quarantine, full quarantine place, and in some additional information and tips for the travelers with a few important web links. Let's first see who is eligible to travel to Canada. So first thing, we know that you should not show any symptoms of COVID-19. If you have any symptoms, please wait for 14 days and then you will be able to travel to Canada. And the second thing is, now there is no approval in person or two-stage approval process in place. So you should have get your full study permit approval and you should have your visa stamped in the passport. And in addition to that, your DLI, that is your college or university, must have a COVID-19 readiness plan registered. And so only the approved DLI students who has the full study permit approval can only travel to Canada. So once you know that you are eligible to travel to Canada, now let's see what are the key things you need to prepare before you travel to Canada. There are three key things which you need to know before you travel to Canada. One is the 14 full days of quarantine, which is a mandatory quarantine plan. There is no exception to it, where either you travel by air or land, or you have already vaccinated, or you have a negative result. Whatever it is, you must have to follow this 14 days of full quarantine. And the second thing is, who needs to take the COVID-19 test, and is there any exemption for that? And when I need to take the test, how many times I need to take the test. So this is the second key. And the third one is using the ArriveCAN app. This is actually very easy and simple application, which everyone can do it online, or they can download it on their mobile phone or whatever it is, and then they can use it. So now let's see one by one. Let's see some detail about the quarantine plan. So we all know the first 3 days you need to stay in a government approved accommodation, which is called GAA hotel, for 3 night stopover until you get your first test result done. Okay, so the most travelers, they used to take the COVID test when this during this travel, before, during the travel, and after they come to Canada. Within they used to take, most travelers have to take 3 times. So the first test they do it before the arrival, that is the pre-arrival test, and after they arrive to Canada, they'll take the second test within the first 24 hours. So you take the first test within the first 24 hours. Most of all the students would have registered before they come to Canada. Before you start planning the travel, you register, and once you register, you will complete your test in the airport, and then you move to your hotel. And during this 3 night stay, you will get the test result. And once you have the test result negative, then you can move to your personal isolation location, where you will be spending 11 days, the rest of the 11 days. So the first test, the pre-arrival test before you come to Canada. So I have provided some link in the description, what tests are approved, and which are the approved testing facilities in India. Okay, and you can go through that, and you can also find for other countries, you can also find where are the testing locations, and you can take those tests. And the pre-arrival test, you need to have the test report as negative when you're traveling. And after you come to Canada, as I said, there is the second test will be conducted. And I have also provided a link where you can go ahead and register your arrival time, because there will be a lot of queue in the airport to complete this test. And if you have not registered, then you need to spend extra time to register in the airport, and the airport people or the airport professionals are assisting you. However, this time can be reduced if you have pre-booked for this test. And after you complete the test, then your hotel, you can go through a private taxi, or you can use the hotel shuttle, and then you can move on to your hotel. And when you're staying in the hotel, you will be contacted by the police officer or CBSA or any immigration officer or Health Canada to know whether you're doing well, or no, you're not showing any symptoms, or how are you managing yourself during this quarantine time. Please attend the phone calls and please respond to them, because this is very serious. Canada is a country, we follow the rules and regulations very seriously, and we always go by books. So if there is some instruction provided to you in the airport, please strictly follow that. And now next, let's see what is the second important thing you need to keep in mind about the COVID test. As I told you before, most of the travelers, they have to take 3 times a test. One is the pre-arrival test. The second one is on arrival, you take another test in the airport, which should be done within the first 24 hours. And once you get the negative result, then you can move out from your 3-night the hotel, wherever you are staying for the stopover, 3-night stopover, you can move out from there. And then once you come to your 11-day isolation place, every day you will get notification on ArriveCan app, and every day you need to respond to that information. And most of the days, and many time in person or over the phone, the police officer or Health Canada people or CBS officer will contact you to know your status, and please respond to them. And on the 10th day, you have to take the last test. So on the 10th day, how this test normally taken, you will get this test kit in the airport when you arrive in Canada. So in the test kit, you will have the instructions given, and what is the link you need to contact, and before you take the 10th test. So 10th day test. So how this normally happen is, you will call the nursing line or the health professional line, and you will be online with them. And once you're connected to the health professional, based on their instruction, you will complete the test. And in the same kit, you will also have the courier envelope attached to it, and you will put your the tested material into that, the swab and everything, and you keep it, and you close the courier pack, and then you will contact the courier company. You will register for the pickup for that package. So until you close it, the health professional will be staying with you online. So make sure wherever you are staying for the 11-day quarantine, you have a very good Wi-Fi service. Okay, so otherwise it will be delayed. The reason why I say you need a good Wi-Fi service is, if the 10-day test is not taken, again, it is considered very seriously, and it will also delay for you to move out of the quarantine place, because the 10-day result, once the 10th day result is negative, then only you are allowed to move out of your 11-day quarantine place. All right. So, and then what is ArriveCan app? It's a very, very easy and simple one, which can be used online, or even you can download it on your mobile phone and use it. And so this ArriveCan app, let's see, little more detail about the COVID-19 test. And then we will move on to the ArriveCan app. So the COVID-19 test, as I said, most travelers, they have to take the test 3 times, but there are a few exemptions for that. For example, like everyone will have something in my mind. I had COVID-19 before, but I am recovered completely. So what is the procedure for me? So for that, for those kind of people, IRCC and Health Canada has a different system. So if somebody tested positive within 14 to 90 days before the travel, and they should have tested positive, and the sample should have been collected at least 14 days and no more than 90 days before the departure of your flight. And for those people, you don't need to show you don't need to do any further additional testing. You can just go ahead and move on to your quarantine place. However, you should not show any symptoms of COVID-19 when you're boarding the flight. And there are other few exemptions like children under 5 years of age, and the people who are transit through Canada, they don't have to take this COVID-19 test. And now let's see about ArriveCan app here. So who are going to use this app? And so when are you going to use this app? So when are you going to pretty much use this app? You're going to use this app before you board the flight. And after you board the flight, after you land in Canada, you will get a notification from them about your arrival, whether you have arrived Canada or not. Confirm the notification, confirm your landing, and then you need to daily report about your symptoms. They will ask you pretty much like, are you showing any symptoms of COVID? Are you still under quarantine? Very few questions will be asked, but you have to mandatorily, you have to complete each and every questions every day until you are in the quarantine. So ArriveCan app, you pretty much use first, you'll be completing the information before you board the flight and print out the receipt. It's very mandatory document when you are traveling. And after you land in Canada, you will get a notification. You'll get a question asking you whether have you landed Canada or not. Reply to that notification, and then from then for every day for the next 14 days, you have to report the symptoms, whether you have COVID or not, whether are you showing any symptoms of COVID or not. Right. And when you are completing at the first time ArriveCan app, how long it's going to take? What are the details it's going to ask for? Trust me, it only takes less than 10 minutes of your time. And if you have all these information handy, it basically asks for the travel details, name of the airport, airline, flight number, date, and when are you going to arrive, and your passport information, and your contact information, such as phone number, email address, and the quarantine addresses. Where are you going to stay for the 11-day quarantine, and the booking reference number for the first three full day hotel stopover. So if you have all the information handy, then this is going to only take 10 minutes of your time. And make sure the contact information you give, the phone number, it should be reached by, as I said, the Health Canada, police officers, and CBSA, an immigration officer. If anybody wants to contact you, you should be reachable by the phone number. So please appropriately give the phone number and always keep it charged, and always attend their phone call and reply to their queries if they contact you in any scenario during these 14 days quarantine. All right, now let's see what are the documents we need to carry. So now we are ready. We know when to take the test, and we took the test, and we completed the ArriveCan app, and we know we prepared all the quarantine plan for the 3-day hotel stopover, and we arranged the 11-day. And during this 11-day quarantine, somebody should provide you food, everything, pretty much whatever you need to live for that 11 days. they should provide you everything, and you should have arranged for everything. Make sure you don't share the accommodation with others who did not travel with you. If somebody traveled with you, like few students used to travel with their family, like wife, kids, and some students are traveling together. So only if somebody traveled together, then please stay together. And during this 11 days quarantine, trust me, at least one day, a police officer, somebody visit you. Um, in Canada, the police officers are called peace officers. They are very humble, but as I said before, the country follows, like we go by books. So we take the rules and regulations, especially during this COVID time. We take it very seriously. So please follow the instructions. You used to get an instruction sheet when you land in Canada. So please follow the rules strictly. All right. And now once you're prepared, everything, and then now we are going to keep all the documents. We are going to gather all the documents um, to bring when we are traveling to Canada. So as we all know, first we start with the passport and your final letter of approval, which you can download it from your online portal, and the recent letter of acceptance given by your college for your May intake, whatever it is for the admission, and the proof of financial arrangement. This is not limited to your GIC proof and your first day tuition fee proof. And if someone else is traveling with you, the bank statements and other financial arrangement, and if you have any money as a cash, declare it, and also bring all those bank statement and everything. And very mandatorily, the receipt printed from the ArriveCan app after completing your quarantine details. And the next is the COVID-19 medical test. As I said, like if somebody tested before 72 hours, the pre-arrival test, COVID-19 test, the negative result, or if somebody has shown positive before 14 to 90 days and they are recovered now they are not showing any symptoms. So you should have tested for the positive, and then if you have retested and you have a negative report, bring all those reports with you, and your medical test report, that is the medical test you have done for your visa application, the e-medical information sheet which you used to attach with your visa application. Please print that and also carry that. And they are also saying that it should be valid. It's the normal validity for the medical test is 12 months, and make sure it is valid. And then other than this, like each college and university, most of them during your orientation day, they want to see your original educational documents, your IELTS report, right? And your original passport. So also bring those documents with you if you have completed any additional IELTS report or anything else, and anything else, whatever you think that you need to show it to your college or university, bring those documents. But please make sure that, and in addition to all these, there's one another important thing is your the 3-day hotel stopovers receipt, the booking reference number, whatever it is, you print that and also carry those along with these documents. And after reaching Canada, you know that you need to take a COVID-19 test, respond to the ArriveCan app, and follow your quarantine plan. So what if you didn't follow? As I said before, this is very serious. So it can even, like you can even end up in the prison. And so you're coming to a new country, and we all are coming here to settle in Canada or for a very high purpose. So please don't fall under any compliance issue when you're coming inside a new country. So please follow the rules very strictly. And there are other few tips and information for you, right? Like And some of our clients, they said they had a lot of difficulty when they do the 10th day COVID test. Because unless you get the negative result, you cannot move out of the place. So it's very hard for them to register. So they said, like, I will log in the early in the morning as a first person, and I should have a very good Wi-Fi. Otherwise, like, I have to stay until I completely lock the courier bag, and they are staying, the health professional are staying online with us, and they're watching us. And so get ready and prepare everything, a laptop or whatever it is, prepare it nicely. And also practice how to use a swab. There is one client, and he especially shared his experience, said when you are using the swab, and a doctor taught him, you have to open your mouth and breathe, and then when you use the swab inside your nose, it won't tickle you much. So there are so many things. Everyone has different experience, but everyone said the 14 day is not as easy to spend. However, it is uh, it is safe for you and for the Canadians. So please mandatorily follow that, and we wish you very good luck, and we welcome you all. And these are some important links I have provided here. And these links are also given in the description list. And so it has, like whether your DLI has approved COVID readiness plan or not, and how to find the listed um, government authorized hotel, and testing facility in India, and Canadian testing facilities, and ArriveCan app, the link for the ArriveCan app, and everything is given in the description. And we have also written a detailed blog in our website. And if you want to read the same contents about what we discussed now, you can very well go ahead and click on our blog page, which is a What's New page, and you can read everything. And thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. And please contact us if you have any immigration queries, and we will be happy to assist you. Thank you.